All right, so buckle up this time. We're diving into the world of Tesla's Cybertruck. And wow, you guys have sent in a ton. Sales figures, software quirks, even insurance headaches. Looks like everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, and you know what I find fascinating is how all these separate stories, they kind of come together. They give us this like bigger picture, right, of the challenges and also the huge opportunities in the EV world, especially for something as radical as the Cybertruck.
Totally. So let's start with those sales numbers. We saw from, not a Tesla app, that Tesla's apparently sold over 27,000 of those Foundation Series Cybertrucks already.
That's huge.
And apparently that number, if you can believe it, comes straight from some NHTSA filings.
Yeah.
You know, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. They're the ones who set all those vehicle safety rules and handle recalls.
Right, right.
27,000. That's wild. Especially since, let's be honest, most people haven't even seen a Cybertruck in person.
It really is. I mean, think about it. Those are all early adopters. They put money down for a truck they'd only seen as a prototype. That tells you a lot about Tesla's strategy, too. Building that hype, locking in pre-orders, way before the vehicle even hits the road.
It does make you wonder, though, will those sales numbers stay strong once they release the standard models, the ones everyone can actually afford?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, they're already taking those configuration orders, right, for the non-Foundation series. 79,000 of those bad boys.
It's like they're not even fazed by the challenge. Tesla seems very confident about ramping up production to meet that demand. But then again, knowing them, why wouldn't they be?
They've definitely got a lot on their plate, especially with that big robotaxi event happening next week. It's like you're trying to do everything at once.
Typical Tesla, right?
For sure. But okay, let's get back to those of us who actually want to, drive ourselves.
Yeah.
There's this new software update, version 2024 at Tort 3.2. And it's a little weird, to be honest. It disables all your 12-volt power sockets and even the USB ports when Sentry Mode is on.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So explain it to me. Why would Tesla completely cut off power like that? It seems a little extreme.
I get where you're coming from. It's all about the battery, right? Every watt counts in an EV. Whether it's going to Sentry Mode, heated seats, or even those USB ports, it all affects how far you can go on a single charge. So this update tells me Tesla is laser focused on squeezing every bit of juice out of that battery.
Makes sense, I guess. Range anxiety is still a big thing for a lot of drivers.
Absolutely.
So it's like they're choosing security over convenience, at least when it comes to battery life.
Exactly.
And then there's this whole other curveball. Geico dropping insurance coverage for some Cybertruck owners. Apparently the Cybertruck doesn't jive with their underwriting criteria, they're saying.
Wild, right?
It's crazy. They're willing to insure like flying cars, but not the truck of the future.
Well, this is what happens when you have cutting-edge tech going up against old-school systems. Geico's probably just hesitant because there's no history with the Cybertruck. No data on how risky it is to insure, how much repairs cost, how it handles in crashes. It'll be interesting to see what other insurance companies do. Will they follow Geico's lead? Or will they see it as an opportunity to step up and figure out how to assess these new kinds of vehicles?
It's true. Someone's got to figure it out. Man, with the Cybertruck, it feels like there's a new headline every week. So what's the one big takeaway here for our listeners? If they see a Cybertruck cruising down the street, what should they be thinking about?
It's not just a truck, right? It's a symbol. The Cybertruck represents a much larger shift happening in how we think about transportation. It's challenging all our preconceived notions about cars and trucks. So yeah, pay attention to all of this, the sales figures, the software updates, even the insurance drama, all these little details. They're giving us a glimpse into the future, not just of vehicles, but of infrastructure, technology, and what's possible.
It definitely feels that way. So much to think about, even beyond the Cybertruck itself.
Exactly.
Well, folks, it looks like that's all the time we have for today's deep dive.
Great talking as always.
Always a pleasure. And to our listeners, keep those Cybertruck sightings coming. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.